Edozian as he comes to describe, even in more practical terms, about small life, big money. Please let's just thank the land of applause, please.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony, the Station Minister, present, elders of the Church of the Living God Society, members, other attendees and delegates to this great event. It is a privilege to be here, and I'm most grateful to God Almighty through His Son Jesus Christ for this gift that we have to be here. You know, this section of this seminar is something that even me, the speaker, is waiting for, has been waiting for. A lot of calls have been coming in, and a lot of people want to need help. So we are here. Okay, please get the slides ready. And the topic I have been asked to talk about. I looked at it and okay, what phrase can I use? I said, let me use this. Small land, big money. A lot of people saw that and they are interested in knowing exactly what I mean by small land, big money. How many farmers do we have here? If you're a farmer, let me see your hand up. What's going on? Please, camera should capture these people. How many hands am I seeing? Almost half of the hall. I'm in trouble today. Oh. Okay, bring it down. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for yourselves for being here. You know, this is a very good thing to allow to be in the midst of farmers. Please, if you're coming in, settle down. There's a lot to learn. Within the allotted time I have, by the grace of God, you will get value, and whatever is not working well in your farm will work well. And those who have not started, who are still wondering how these things work, your own will not start working. Is that not so? So, how many of you are excited about this particular topic that we're talking about? How many of you are excited about it? Let's see your hands up. I'm not seeing you. You're not seeing the hand. Everybody, almost everybody.
Not everybody that are hands up.
Even me too, hands up there. All right, so very quickly, we're going to go into this small land, big money. When I was called for this particular topic, I looked at it, I said, how many persons are we working with? I said, like 20 to 30 persons, we are good. The register has shown me that we'll have over 500 persons here. However, I want to tell you one thing. Out of these 500 persons that are here, 300 persons will not be interested. Forget about the hands. Inside the 200 that will be interested, maybe it's about 20 to 30 that will implement everything I'm going to teach you right here. That's the psychology of humans. The excitement will be there, but when you put it in main work, it's I didn't see then they see. You know, I tell us that food consumption is not optional. I mean, it's optional to eat food. It's not optional. It's a compulsory thing. You must eat. Even before I came out here, Rahman said, you know, you're next to talk. Go and eat so that you will not fall. Food is essential. Food is very important. And without food, it is impossible to have the energy to go about your daily activities. And that is just the truth. That is the fact. The way God Almighty has created man, without food, you can't have the essential nutrient that your body needs to work. So you need food to get the nutrients that your body will definitely use. Now let's go into this. Next slide, please. When we talk about this thing now, the small land, big money, I'm going to really look at it from different angles. Diversifying income streams through vegetable farming. There are other types of farming. We have the livestock, as it is. A lot of things happen there. The pig, the poultry, rabbits, and a lot of fish. But as long as this seminar is concerned, we're going to look at the gold mine in vegetable farming. When I mean vegetable now, it's not ugu that is vegetable. I hope you know. Yes. It's not only ugu that is vegetable. Pepper is vegetable. Tomato is vegetable. Kale, broccoli, a lot of things, cucumber, okra. Those things are vegetables. Is that not so? Yes, they are vegetables. They are classified so. And now in the course of this discussion, we are going to look at them one after the other. Even cabbage, lettuce. So when I see gathering like this of people with bright minds, people with like minds, who want to change the narrative, then my mind comes to the fact that food consumption is not optional. And so therefore, growing what you want to eat or growing for the public, growing commercially should not also be optional. Very simple. So since you know that food consumption is not optional, it means that two things are involved. You need to grow for yourself, that's one. And then two, you need to grow for the public to make money. You grow for the public to make money, you grow for yourself and your family. So let me tell you a little story before I go in. The next slide. How many of you use tea tomato or tomato in the sachet? How many of you use it to cook? How many persons here use the tomato in the sachet to cook? How many? Okay, you don't use it. Almost everybody uses it on a daily basis. Now let me tell you. About 85% of that thing you see inside there is not tomato. Do you know? Why do you still use it? If you know. Why do you still use it? I can be quoted anywhere, I will come out and answer for it. There's a data that says that 85% of the content of that thing inside that sachet, I don't want to mention any brand name, is not tomato. Then what is it? Every day we hear of issues, cancer, colon cancer, a lot of gut disorder, and a lot of things happening in the body system of human beings as a result of what we consume. So remember I said that we're going to look at this thing from two practical aspects. One is backyard gardening, or people call it home gardening. Then the second one is the commercial aspect of it, the commercial farming. Let me begin with the home gardening aspect now. Because most times when we look at most of these things and we buy them from the market, we think that, okay, we want to reduce costs. So instead of buying fresh tomato of 1,000 naira, you just go and buy the tin tomato or the sachet of 200 naira or 250, saving yourself 750, and coming back 8 years later, 13 years later, 20 years later to pay over 40 million for cancer surgery. That is how human psychology works. Let us get that one that is cheap now and use it, money no dey. But when the sickness starts, money must come out. How will they come out? You say no go no. And in most of the cases, these ailments caused by these things, no matter how much you put in, the person will still die. It's just in rare cases that you see people survive cancer issues or food poisoning. It's very rare for you to see people survive food poisoning. Now, some people will say, let's eat fresh now, let's just go back and eat organic. You go to the market, you see tomato, you buy it. Who produce them? You don't know. Wetin they use produce them? You don't know. Then you buy it. And as you buy it, you think you are doing yourself good or you're doing your family good. And you go home, make your full pot of stew, and you and your family will consume without the sachet tomato. You cook it fresh and you will eat and consume it, and you think you are eating good. You don't know that. It's even worse than the sachet. Let me explain to you. You don't know? I'm telling you from experience. I'm a farmer. And when I say I'm a farmer, I'm a practical farmer. I have grown acres of lands in vegetables, and I will tell you what happens in the field. So most times, most people in the agri sector, because of the way Nigeria is, they tend to cut costs. Nobody does organic and sell the same price with somebody who does conventional. Let me explain. If I am doing purely organic, what does it mean to do organic farming? I am not adding any synthetic fertilizers. Do you understand me? How many of you are with biro and paper? I have a lot to dish out for you. You are with biro and paper, right? Jot down these things. You might not hear it anywhere again. Now, when you look at organically grown foods, they are not usually plenty. But those ones that are synthetic, when you see them, they are big, ripe, fresh, look very alluring to the eyes. When you come, you say, this is real vegetable. This is real tomato. I will buy it, I will make food for my family. Poison. Let me tell you how these poisons come. There are things we call fertilizers, synthetic fertilizers. They are made from substances that are not supposed to be consumed by human beings. They are supposed to serve as nutrients to plants for their growth. Now, when the farmers get these boosters or these fertilizers, it is not wrong to use fertilizers, dear farmers. It is not wrong. If it were wrong, the WHO would have banned fertilizers. However, the method, the modus operandi, that is the mode of operation, the mode of handling of most of these fertilizers is what matters. As we progress, I'm going to tell you how it is. But I want to build on this to let you know the reason why you should not even depend on the market. You shouldn't depend, because if you have a little space, no matter what you do, if you have a little space and a little time, then you shouldn't be buying tomatoes, you shouldn't be buying peppers, you shouldn't be buying ordinary ugu. Now, these things, especially these ones that you can eat fresh, raw, cabbage, lettuce, ugu, tomatoes, that you just grow and plug and eat, cucumbers, you have to be very careful. Now, apart from the fertilizers, there are other things we call pesticides. Those ones, they use and pursue ants, insects for the farm. Now, when farmers spray this thing on the farm, they know they pity the plant. The fruits of the plant will dey there. If na tomato, the fruit go dey for the stand there. They go spray the chemical. That chemical go enter inside the fruit. Definitely, it will enter. And then you now come and pluck it. They sell to you and you eat. WHO reported in 2013 that residues, parts of the chemical when you spray for plants wey don fruit, dey dey the body up to 13 years. Google it. It means that if you eat food that is chemically grown, 13 years later, the kind sicknesses wey go dey come, you sef go dey wonder how. You go test, you no go see anything. You go lab, you no go see anything. These are the causes of these things. Why? Because those substances used in producing them are toxic in nature. Your human body cannot work with them. The livers will overwork, the kidneys will overwork to make sure that they break down those toxins before they can take the nutrients from that food and supply to your bloodstreams. That is the reason why, as we progress, I will tell you how I will take one. If your plant is a fruit, if you dey flower, if you don dey bring out fruit, the things wey you no suppose spray. Like things like cabbage that you buy from the market, I tell you, there is no conventional farmer who does not spray pesticides at least twice in a week. And the duration for cabbage is 3 months, 90 days. Spray it twice a week. Cabbage has just leaves folding up together. Have you noticed so? It folds until it becomes strong. The head will become big. So you can imagine spraying chemical on it twice every week. If you don't spray am, ants go come bite am. Grasshoppers go come chop. A lot of things, aphids, mites, white flies, they will attack it. And they will feast on it. You can't be able to harvest it anymore. So for farmers to get their money back, they have to buy the chemical, spray it on the plant itself. So that chemical go enter there, no going back. The ugu wey you dey chop for market wey you see am e fresh, very fresh. You see, check very well. Take a leaf, go to the lab, tell them to analyze it for you. You will see wetin me and you chop every day. I am only building up this so that you can know the importance of growing your own food no matter how small. You cannot just come out and say, farming is not for me. When your health disturbs you, you will really know that even that your work wey you dey do, you suppose leave yourself, dey do your home garden. I tell you, there's a balance. We're here today to strike a balance between those who are civil servants and taking care of your home. Making sure that your home has at least 5 stands of pepper that will carry you through. We don't buy peppers in the market. Even if I don't plant pepper today, I will not buy pepper from the market, even if I don't plant. So you that is starting out, you have to think of a way to ensure that you choose 3 basic things that your family consume most. And then you plant it. Let's go into the slides so that we can be fast about it. So I'm only giving you this heads up so that you know that you have need to grow your own food. That is one, the home gardening. Then, because of the economic situation now, I said food is not optional. Everybody must eat. That means anything you produce, carry go market, you go sell it. You must sell it. If you don't sell it, you know that the place you are is the wrong place. It's the wrong location. Once you get the right location, you sell everything. And that is just the fact. So, to the first things we are going to be looking at, go on please. How we can make good money from agribusiness. I'm going to touch the farming aspect and the agribusiness aspect within the small time that I have to talk to you. I know you have a lot of questions. I'll be waiting for them soon. Next slide, let's go. Now, we're going to be looking at this. First of all, deciding what to grow and how to grow it. First, you need to ask yourself, what do we consume more in this house? What is that particular veggie that will consume more in our house? Is it pepper? I identified this so many years ago, even as a student. While I was schooling in my first degree, I identified that growing my own food is something that is good for everybody, my family, in fact. Because I noticed my mom then, she could just come for backyard, she could put ugu, she could put cocoyam. Then she go put okra. Some kind time to go there, rain still dey fall, rain go dey fall. Mommy, what do we eat now? Mommy, what do we eat now? What do we eat? She just run to the backyard. Pluck okra, pluck pepper, pluck ugu. She come to the kitchen, slice am. Food don ready. Meat or no? Fish or no? That is the essence of this home garden. I remember when a professor visited me in my apartment, I suspected it. He just came in. He said, "Good Lord, what do you have? I'm very hungry. What do you have?" I said, "Sir, you did not inform me before coming." He said, "I don't need to tell you. I planted bell peppers in my room. Bell peppers in my room. Then on campus, I planted bell peppers. I planted cucumbers. I planted lettuce. What did I do? I just opened the balcony. He saw the bell peppers and said, yellow and the red. I plucked two. I said, "Sir, you eat eggs? Egg is good though. Let me do egg omelette for you." I used the bell peppers. And I bought cabbage and did normal small vegetable something for him. After eating it, he said, "You can't be doing this alone. How can you be enjoying these goodies? Only you. Because you don't know the thing that comes with this. When you eat vegetables, your body feels light. It's just like this morning, ate cucumbers, and I left. And since then, I've been sustained until this time. You wake up in the morning, you feel like making sauce, egg sauce, vegetable sauce. You just go plug your bell peppers, plug your red peppers or your yellow habanero, plug ugu or plug your lettuce. You do am small. You must not eat eba. You must not, because your body may not even need it at that time. So you decide What is it that my family needs? Is it pepper that we need most? What do we consume daily? I stayed at one point and I calculated in a year we spend 344,000 naira on pepper. Let me just say an average family here spends about 3,000 naira weekly on pepper. An average family, 3,000 naira weekly. I'm just saying the worst case scenario. In a year we have about 52 weeks. That also multiply it and see. For an average family, not to talk about when you have a large family of 3, 4, or 5, as the case may be. So you look at what are the vegetables that we need. You decide on what to do. Next is you get the knowledge about it. You get the knowledge about what you want to grow. It's just like this. While I was coming, the policeman stopped me yesterday and he said, "What do you have in your boots? Open the door. Bring out what do you have?" I brought out this. Look at what I'm carrying. Can you see it? Yes. Can you all see this? Who can tell me what this is? Shout. Pepper. It's pepper, Abi? Yes. What is inside it? What did I use to put this pepper? Crate, Abi? Yes. Okay, we'll get to know what I use to put this pepper. Look at how I'm holding this pepper like this. Is it not beautiful like this? Yes. Very fine. I don't need to break my back to be able to grow food that I want to eat for myself and for my family. When the man saw that it's pepper, I have to start sharing there. They say, now here we dey live, plant one for us here. Collect tomato, plant for us. Take your watermelon, plant for us, and then drive and go. I did it 6 months ago, somewhere in LLA. Those policemen I used to line up there, I planted each checkpoint, I'll plant one pepper. Each checkpoint, I'll plant one pepper. Surprisingly, about 2 months ago when I was driving past, the peppers are doing very well. They say this pepper has been sustaining us. They don't buy the peppers again, just one stand. So you can imagine if you have 2 or 3 of it. So getting linguistic knowledge is what you are doing here now. Like the MC said, if you were in a public world, I can't take less than $1 million to come and do this. You know why I'm doing this? I am doing it because the organizers want to uplift humanity. I want to join them to ensure that everybody eats healthy. That's one. Number one. Everybody eats healthy. And then 2, that people make money from farming. A lot of people just plant cassava and corn and they don't make anything. That same plot of land where you are planting cassava, you can use that same plot of land to establish yourself if you listen carefully now. Let's move on. So get the next knowledge. Don't get knowledge here. Get here. And then you put everything. That's mixture. That's the way they take mixture. Most times they get running belly. So you just take from good source. Get the information you want to get and then run with it. Not just get the information and keep it. Because the best thing you can do for yourself is when you hear, you do it. You put it into practice. Thank you. Now, the next thing is to select your garden site. Some people will say, I don't get land. Somebody just asked me, he said, what if I don't have land? What do we do? Please, get planting bag for me. Get planting bag about 10 pieces. Now, you need to ensure that whether you have land or you don't have land, your major goal is to have something that your family will fall back on or fall back to. You have something that your family will wake up every morning and say, we have this, we have tomato, what can we make? Now you will ask yourself, what thing I want to cook? Because you have pepper, you have tomato, you have ugu, you have other things, maybe okra or other things. Okay? So you ensure that where you want to plant it is not a problem. If you don't have land, I say there's no problem. There's one person who called me, she lives in Banana Island in Lagos. You know now, those big man area, no land. It's just ties, interlocks and all. So she said, I want to be able to grow my own food, but I don't know what to do. There's no place here where I can rent. I said, can you do a video of your compound? She said, yes, I can do a video of the compound. She did a video of the compound. She tied everywhere. I said, but this place is big enough to give you what you and the entire neighborhood in your estate will eat. She said, what do I mean? I said, just engage one of your staff and I will teach the person. And as I tell you, I will display the picture very soon. The kind of vegetables they harvest from this place, you can't believe it. From cherry tomatoes to the normal tomatoes to habanero peppers, both the red and the yellow, to bell peppers, to okra, whatever she wants, she gets it. It's just like MTN. Everything you need is within your reach. So, selecting your garden or farm site is not a problem. If you have a piece of land, you are good to go. If you don't have land at all, and it is just by your window side or by your fence side, you can do something there. When I get the planting bag, I will show you what I mean by that. Now, the next is your seed selection. I have a list of seeds here that I want to show you. How many of you know that cabbage has seed? Cabbage. If you know that cabbage has seed, let me see your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons. Out of everybody here. Cabbage has, I think I have cabbage seed here, please. Yes, I have cabbage seed here. It's there. We'll pass it round. Somebody will pass it round. And you look at it. One by one, while you're listening, you look at the cabbage seed, how it looks like. If there's nothing you will learn here today, you know that cabbage has seed and it is grown from seeds. This is just, most times I look at the wonderful works of God and I'm like, why do we suffer ourselves so much? They will share up the seeds. Okay. Please, just take one. When you look at it, okay, pass to the next.
This is two.
Pass to the next. Pass to the next.
Seeds are small.
So, okay, sir. So just look at it and pass to the next. So these are cabbage seeds.
Mustard seed. You use it.
What I have here, none of us know what this is. What is this? Can you see it?
Cucumber.
Cucumber. This is cucumber. Now, I have another one here. What is this? You know this one. They are very popular. What is this one? This is shombo. Yes, this is shombo. What is this one? Can you see it? This is tomato. There are other seeds that you can plant. Like I said, you decide what you want to plant. That is the seed selection aspect now. You decide that, oh, my house, we need tomato. I want to plant tomato. You plant tomato. I want to plant shombo. It's shombo that I want to, and this particular shombo, I love it so much. You know why? It can both serve you as a vegetable that you can snack on. Maybe if you want to eat bread in the morning, you want to eat bread and egg, and you slice this and add it to the meal, you will never feel hungry for the rest of the day. Shombo. Try it and see. Apart from the fact that most times we use it as a thickener, we use it as a red substance to make our stews red. True or false? True. If you want to cook food for 100 persons, you buy tomato of 20,000, you buy shombo of 35,000 to make it up. And it does the work, it does the magic. Now there are also other seeds I have here. Onion, bell peppers that you can grow in your house. These things grow very well. The last time we trained the staff of Delta State University, Abraka, Asaba campus, Ole campus, and Ochela campus again. Just the campuses of Delsu. When we trained their staff, most of them were surprised that cabbage could grow in Delta land. I'm like, it's not a new thing. Everything is in the mind. Whatever you decide to do, and you set your mind to do it, you definitely will achieve it if you want to achieve it. So, on your seed selection, ensure that you select seeds that are hybrid seeds. Let me explain 2 types of seeds here. There is one we call open pollinated varieties. Open pollinated varieties, OPV for short. Then there's another type we call hybrid seeds. I don't want to go into letting you know about the one you popularly know now as GMO seeds. How many of you know about GMO seeds? You don't know about GMO seeds. There are some mangoes you see, they'll be as big as my head. Right? Now, those ones have been genetically modified. And what is the reason why the scientists did that? Food consumption, food demand is increasing every day. And so, when somebody produces this, and this mango, let's assume this is mango, and you produce this mango, it is just small like my hand. I can eat 5 of it, right? I can eat 5 of it. Now, Oyibo don't think and say, what if we do something that can be as big as the head of the consumer? So that when the person, you say you need mango abi, or you are collecting this one, you don't fit which one. That is their essence, to increase food production. However, research has it that the genetically modified seeds are not too safe for human consumption. Why? Because they were engineered. They are thought out in the laboratories. It's just like somebody bringing out meat without raising birds. But you will see it's chicken meat. They are doing it now in China. It's chicken meat. How many of you know about that? Yes, they are doing meat. But there is no cow. There is no chicken. But you see it looks like meat. To tell you how advanced we are getting. The next thing, like I said, we'll have OPV. Then the second one will have hybrid. And then I talked briefly about the GMO seed. But in all of this, the hybrid seeds are distinctive from the OPVs in 4 different categories or in 4 different things. Number 1, hybrid seeds perform better. They grow faster. That is, their maturity period is very short. They taste better. If you taste the hybrid seed, they taste better than the OPVs. Now, another thing is that they are disease resistant. These normal local seeds wey we dey plant, if you plant the agric old, as una dey call am, na hybrid, they call am agric old. If you plant the hybrid, wetin affect this one fit not even near this guy, because that one has been improved so that e go fit resist insect attack, as the case may be. So you see that the hybrid seeds even do better than the OPVs. Before, cucumbers used to stay 3 months. True or false? You don't know. I may tell you now. Cucumbers stay up to 3 months. But I tell you that the cucumbers I planted 6 weeks ago, when the planning of this event started, like when we intensified the planning of this event 6 weeks ago, now that cucumber I get outside now for us to eat. Healthy cucumber, no fertilizers, just poultry manure. Enough poultry manure. No pesticides whatsoever. Just like that. Anything we want to do, I may want to make it just come out nicely. Now those cucumbers have come out. So they have shorter maturity period. So imagine 3 months and 6 weeks. That is a month and about 2 weeks. Abi? So you save time when you are planting hybrid seeds. So you don't just go to the market and say, "Wanna give me seed?" or "I want plant to wanna give me seed." No, you don't do that. You select hybrid seed, especially whether you are doing home gardening or whether you are also planting commercially, especially commercial farmers. Make you no go cry. Let me give you an example of somebody in Gole. He brought out 16 million. He said he wants to do pepper. I said, "Okay, thank you very much, sir. It's okay. Thank you for calling to seek advice." He said, "I don't go buy pepper. Oh. I get one was for Gule market. I buy am. I don't go supply market. I buy another one." I said, "Okay. How did you? Can you snap it? Let me see how it is." He said, "If for one nylon like that, with a tire." I said, "Eh?" He said, "If for some outside when we get there, then carry the water of the tomato wey dem carry, dey pour am for am. You reach house, dey dry am." I said, "Now you want to put your 16 million?" He said, "My brother, I have to save cost." I said, "Okay, sir." 3 months down the line, good luck. Please, oh, you need to come to my rescue. I said, "Sir, I'm not in Nigeria." You know why? Most of us don't like spending to get money. If we tag the price for this seminar today, you might not see more people. You know why? Because our people don't like to pay to get the knowledge. And that is the major reason why the Aquarium Foundation has set up something like this for free. I don't want to clap for the foundation. So what you are getting now, as you see the sweat, they do all these ones. If I talk like this for 1 hour in Lagos or in Uganda or Kenya, where I've been invited, I know how it is. But they are taking their time to cover all those expenses for you to learn this for free. Going forward, please clap for them again. So going forward, I know that the practical section will be tomorrow, but we're going to do little show of what we have. Nursery development, as the case may be. Please move these slides. Move it, move. Move, just move. I'll paraphrase this one. Good, we'll just go. Now, nursery development, when you come to nursery development, like I said, you must have decided what you want to grow. Okay, I want to plant tomatoes. You now ask yourself, how do I plant tomatoes? That is now getting to learn the knowledge about planting tomatoes. Then you now decide again, this is my tomato when I want plant, where I want keep myself. By the time I want plant only for here, that place is secure, or maybe I don't do small for my family for here. You decide where you want it to be. I hope you follow me. Yes. Now, good. When you decide on all of these things, you say, okay, you don't get knowledge before, it's okay, how do I now raise the nursery? Please move. Move. Now, okay, how should I plant? The planting method, please go on. Go on, we are about to say, okay, it's okay. Now, you decide that you want to plant. Look at this thing I have here. Who can identify this plant? Can you see it? Yes. You say it's what? Tomato. This is tomato. Can you see it here? Now you see am. Look at it though. It's nursery. From here now, I go just carry one. Go transplanter. From here, you go don do well. Now, what do I need first? This thing when they hold my plant, you get wetin dem dey call am. And na him I hold for hand like this. Dem dey call am seed tray or seedling tray. Na him dey hold the seeds. That is what I have in my hand like this. So we can call it crate. It's not crate. It's not egg crate. This one is specially, and it's not ice block making tray. This one is specially for plants. And you see that the holes are open. Can you see it? Now this hole that is open here is for something. Now what do you now pour into this thing? Next slide. What you pour into this thing is what we call potting soil. I have here. Potting soil. Not the sand though. I'll pass it down so you feel it. It's not sand. It's a soilless material. It's not soil. Do you know how this thing is made? A mixture of this is made from coconut husk. You know coconut? When you don't command the shell like that, all those parts maybe like sponge, they will come blend and grind them. Then they will come bring black soil waiting for down. They will come and pit moss for inside river or for inside ocean. They will come bring all those leaves, blend them. The leaves they go blend, dry them, blend them together, put them inside here. And in this thing, we grow this thing like this. Are we together? Good. We are going to learn a lot today. Have you noticed so? Now, that is what I have here. And now this thing you go use, now here. You go use a filler for this thing. I will teach you tomorrow by God's grace. But I'm trying to run up with time. Now, my time doesn't even go. So you get the seed tray, that's one. Okay? Then the second, you get this potting soil. Everybody must participate in it, whether you like them or not. In fact, if you don't want to eat healthy food, this time around we're the first people to chop healthy food now. Yes, now, because at the end of the day, if I don't tell my neighbor to eat healthy food, when the problem comes, they will always call me. Good luck, you're going to be available. My wife is dying. And when you say, I'm not getting fuel for motor, you don't turn bad neighbor. So when you have the opportunity to teach this or to tell somebody, I'm going to plant this thing or save yourself this wahala, then you have done well. You have given the person something that is more than money. I'm telling you the honest truth. So when you pour it into this tray, then you can now bring out this your seed. Please next. Now you can now bring out this your seed. After some time, they will germinate like this. You know, you see this tree? Now you see how that is how the thing will not germinate. Like this one I have here. I told myself that if I just come and do this thing and tell you this thing now that this is how the thing is done, without bringing a practical one, I will just say this on our internet person. Yes, now I can use my hand, do am. This tomato you see here is 2 weeks and 3 days. Look at it. 2 weeks and 3 days. It's even ready for transplanting. 2 weeks and 3 days. This tomato you see here. In fact, I didn't even know that I was going to come with this, but I had to tell myself that to convince you and to let you know that having this thing will help you and your family, and it will also change your finances. Like the topic, small land, big money. The small land could be planted in small sacks. If you get cement sack, start to gather them now. We are coming. Next. Now, look at what I have here. This is an option. When you don't have this seed tray handy, it's an option. I said I'm not going to hide anything from you. I will tell you everything, right? This is an option. But it's always advisable to use your seedlings. Look at how it is now. All of them fully tree. Now, very comfortable here than they are. Now, you can decide to raise your nursery in this place. But this time around, you will no longer use the potting soil because the number of bags you will buy, you said will discourage at the end of the day. What you now do is, listen carefully. You get your black soil, mix it with your dry manure, put it inside your cement sack. Are you seeing the cement sack? Fold them like this so you can see them like this. I wrote it alternatively. This is what you can do. Then carry your seed, sprinkle them round. Other people they do the way they do for farm. They will do small beds. Then they will pour manure on top of it, and then they will now sprinkle the pepper on top. Then they will cut palm leaves, put them on top, or grass, put them on top. The nursery will come out. But the disadvantage is now rainy season be this. If you buy this seed, there's the pepper seed here. Get me heavier. Now, if you plant this costly seed, then rain will come fall. Wash all the seeds come on. Now you lose. So that's why we advise you to use something like this. If I plant this thing now, this is the house of God. I can even go to the back. I can drop it in my balcony. I can drop it in the passage where people will not come there. I can even drop it here and it will grow. I can plant something here and it will grow. I will harvest it right inside here. What do I need for them? I will make sure that I have bulb. This bulb is shining, giving it light. That's what it is. And then the nutrient I have will sustain it. I must not take it out to the sun. Once they see light, they can be able to manufacture their food. I'm going too deep, but let's go. That's like this. Okay, so like this is an alternative, okay, but you still have to fall back to this because it is safer. You can plant it in your room and you can lift it just like this. When I declared yesterday, the policeman said, use 2 hands, you go fall. I just carry it like this. He said, use 2 hands now. I just carry it like this, you go fall. He said, they do magic here. I said, it's not magic. So that is just it. Next slide. Now, for those who are doing home gardening, okay, 2 options. 2 options. What you have here is flower pot. And what I have in my hand is called grow bag or planting bag. If you don't get this one, don't worry yourself. Get that cement sack, it will work for you. But the reason why we advise these small ones is so that the quantity of sand where you go put no go dey much for you. Especially people wey live in urban areas wey no fit get access to sand. You use these smaller ones, fold it, and that's what you want to do. They are strong enough, you can leave it for a year, they never break, they never spoil. But what you need to do in this place, next slide, when you get it, look at what I showed you here. Are you seeing it? You open the under. If you get this nylon also, carry nail, chook the thing. Why? So that when you put excess water, the thing will drain out from there. Because plants, especially tomatoes, they don't like too much water. So that if you water too much, from those holes, they will come out from there. Time is running. Next slide, please. Now, this is a model. This is me draining this one. This is that urban farm I told you at Banana Island. That's how the woman did. She bought all these flower pots. This flower pot you see here, each one for 1 stand of pepper. And this is to last you up to 9 months. 9 months from the day you plant it. You keep harvesting until it has exhausted. Next slide. Next slide. So when you get it, you fill it up. If na citron, if na flower pot you get, if na condemned bucket you get, if even if na tobacco bag wey you get for hand, fold and use am. Even if na feed bag, fold and use am. Anything you have at all, you can use it to plant what you grow. Okay? Then when you get it, you fill it with a mixture that I'm going to tell you about. That is where most people make mistakes. The mixture that will be inside this thing will determine if your plant will do well or it will not do well. When I see this plant, growing very well like this. See this tomato that you see here. If I take this tomato and transplant it in a particular soil, it might die. As fresh and beautiful as you see it look, by the time it changes the environment, two things must be involved. It's either it does well or it does not do well. And what determines this thing? What you give it. Mr. A born pikin, Mr. B born pikin. Every morning, Mr. A go carry eba. If you dey chop eba, you go carry eba give 6 months old baby. The other one go just go spend money for SLA. SLA go how much now? To born don hard o. Now you go come buy SLA code or do exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months or 1 year depending on your pattern. Then you now continue to give your children food. Make I give nursing mothers this idea. Grow some things like tomatoes, beetroots, carrots in your house. You can use it to make purees for your children. What do I mean? You blend the carrots. This is not a medical advice, please. You blend the carrots. Children love to eat these things, and when they start eating fruits, vegetables, it helps to build their brains. It helps to nourish their body. I said this is not a medical advice. I'm just giving you a hint. Now, you grow these things with soil that will help the growth of the plant. What does this thing contain? Some people will use black soil, mix am with manure, and then they don't plant. People that live in urban areas, look at what they do. They will use rice bran. How many of you know a rice bran? Chaff of rice. If you go to rice mill, you buy the chaff, or they even give am for free. The chaff of rice, sawdust, wey they use for sawmill. How many of you know sawdust or wood? Yes, you can use it to grow your plants. You carry am, fill am inside here. If you get poultry manure, add am. If you no get poultry manure, you leave. You put am for here, carry your plants, just like the seed. You see this thing I'm doing here? It's easier for me to remove this thing from here. But what I can do is to just apply a little pressure under. And then I'll remove it. I'll just remove it. Very simple. That's what you can see demonstrated here. You just plant it and cover it. Then give it 2 weeks. You don't go sabi am again. But if it is here, it will remain like this because this is a controlled environment. The one wey you transplant for here, in 2 weeks time, this one will just make small growth. But that one sef don fly, don grow because it has enough space for the roots to expand. Let's go further, please. So when you're transplanting, like I said, look at what this person has here. You can use this bag, whether white, black, or anything. You use it for your transplanting. Is that okay? Yes. Next slide, please. Now, don't forget that water is essential for plant growth. Commercial farmers, if you are doing commercial agriculture and there is no irrigation, forget it. We don't have up to 120 days of rainfall any longer. Yes, we no longer have up to 120 days of rainfall. And the weather, the climate is inconsistent this period. You can't predict it. 1 minute, rain is falling, and it will fall for like 7 days. The next 3 days, you no go see rain. It's worse in the northern states and in the western states. Somewhere in Ogun State, in Mowe precisely, it might be raining here in Delta heavily, but over there for the past 3 months, it has not rained. And we have experienced rainfall here up to maybe 20 times within 3 months. But over there, I think it's just once. So you can imagine that if you are depending on rainfall to make money from agriculture, then you are failing already. So if you are doing your home garden, this thing is your companion. In the absence of this thing, get me an ever bottled water, take nail, puncture the cap of the ever bottled water, pour water inside down, cut the tin and use it to water your plant. Is that not too much knowledge? Next slide, please. Okay, so in a few months, when you transplant, you can even cluster your plant. As I say, space is not a problem for you. Let's see, I'm rounding up. Space is not a problem for you. Look at how these things we are clustered. And yet, they are still producing. So, space is not even your problem. Next slide, please. Now, we planted this pepper sometime for a client. And somebody came and snapped it. In fact, it's all over the internet. If you go now and search, you see it. We did this project. This is yellow habanero. It's from a company called Rise One. They are the top leading company in Nigeria, in Africa, for peppers now. Now look at this pepper. One stand of this pepper can pay somebody's school fees in university. Post me anywhere. I will call the name of the pepper for you. One stand of this pepper, you can even see the productivity. And you know what yellow pepper is now. Take the yellow pepper out and go and price it in the market. Sometimes they tell you 400 or 500 naira. Have you noticed so? And the kg is about 4,000 to 5,000 naira. So there's a lot if you want to go into commercial agriculture. Choose your plan. Just ensure that you go with one or two things first. Achieve that one, then if you want to add other things, you add. Don't go and do, you want to do cucumber, you want to do habanero, red and yellow, you want to do bell pepper, you want to do okra. No, you don't do that. Just like somebody that called me, I have 10 million naira, I want to do 7 things. I want to open up a fish farm, then I'll use the remaining maybe 3 to 4 million. I'll do pepper. You also add onions. Then my wife loves to cook okra. My daughter used to like bell pepper. You add it too. So by the time you partition all these things, you are not focused. You will see that the money you put in, you will not get it. But focus on one or two things. And just like the finance person said, you will see your cash flow in your hands. Only your first harvest, or second harvest, or third harvest, or even one cycle production can cover all the expenses that you have made in the last 3 years. And that is just how it works. But then, it is not easy. Why I said it is not easy is that you have to put in time. When you don't put in time to whatever you are doing, that thing will lag. You won't see results. Next, please. Now, you need to put in effort and time to manage your plans. You need to go around at your business, so you need to put your eyes down. Even the home dining hall when you get, you see how they hold this thing very dear to me at home. You say, this thing where you is it more important than human beings? It's not important than human beings, but it is important. It is even as important as the life we live. You know why? Because what we ingest can kill us or can keep us. Now, God Almighty dey keep person, but the lifestyle wey we live na im go determine how long most times our health life dey dey. Next slide, please. Let's move on fast. Now, coming down to so many other things, if you are growing cucumbers, tomatoes, I don't have to, people identify as tomato farmers. How many people say are tomato farmers? Cucumber farmers? I've planted pepper before. Can I see your hands? Oh, pepper. Yeah. Pepper. The pepper, not pepper also. Alright, so the price of pepper has increased very well within the last 3 months. But at December, January, plenty of pepper. People were even calling me, nobody to buy. When you have a situation where you don't have anybody to buy your pepper, I believe we're not good. This is not diversifying. You know what to do. It's a very simple situation. Don't allow your peppers to rot in your farm. So what you now do is just dry them as much as you can. If you cannot dry them, blend them. Add a little ginger. Go to a cold room. Negotiate with them. Tell them that you want to keep this thing for a period of time. With ginger and garlic inside the pepper, the freshness will be maintained. They will just freeze it for you. It will remain locked. I see a company in Lagos. After we spoke, after I talked about this particular thing in Lagos, somewhere in Oniru, the young lady went on to start that as a business. She will come to my farm and other farms. She will harvest peppers and buy. She will go and grind, take it to the cold room, put them in small containers that she can sell for 3,000 naira for very busy moms and very busy professionals. Now she branded it and called it her business name. Another business idea. Somebody don't grab her here too. Another business. So it's not just about going to farm. Farming is not for everybody. I have to be sincere. But gardening is for everybody. You must not till the land before you make money. You can go and look at that person who is struggling to sell. Buy out from the person. Look for somebody elsewhere who needs it and then supply to the person. That's what most outside people used to do. That you see cabbage in Delta, you worry market, Igulu market, Sapele market, and other markets. It's because one man has come out to say, this local farmer here produces too much. And after everything, nobody buys. Let me go and negotiate with him, Baba. I will come and buy from you. I will take it to Lagos and go and sell. When I sell it, I will come, give you your own money, and collect my own. Another business, silence. So there's a lot you can do. Even within the agric sector, I am doing it, and I will still continue to do it. If I don't have fish in my farm, I can call someone, and someone that calls me, they will always call me. Good luck, I need fish. I don't get fish. I'm not going to ever tell you that I don't get fish. I won't tell you. You come to the farm, you will not see fish, but you will trust me that there is fish. You will not get, but those people where you don't set up for, who they see online, give it from there, and you get in charge. And that is the mentality of people. Then I will go to that place and say, how much are you selling? They say, we're selling 3,000 per kg. 3,000 per kg. Okay, no problem. Chairman, how much you want to buy? See what time they sell, and they sell 3,500. He said, 3,500. More 2 and 3, 2 now, more 2 and 3, 2. I say, I pay 3 for last. We will agree. I collect money. I go give this person in 3,000. Agree? Yes. Then I will not take my 400 naira. I will not tell the person who is buying, my brother, you will come to the farm to come and do your pickup. I don't need to stress myself. You go and pick. I have made my 400 naira per kg. Very simple business. There's a lot, but time will not allow us. But tomorrow, by God's grace, we will continue the practical session for those who go deep, because I don't say no be everybody will be.
Let's start putting our hands together.
Okay, the organizers have asked me to do a little on fish. Do we have fish farmers here? They are the back. We have fish farmers here. Okay, let's just conclude on the vegetables, and then I will touch up on the fish. So, on taking care of your plants, please listen carefully. This is an expo I'm going to give you right now. And that will conclude for the vegetable section. After talking about all these things, there are certain things I did not talk about. I want you to ask me questions on them. So I intentionally did not talk about them. But this particular one, I will not really fail to talk about it. And what is it? Controlling pests and diseases in your farm. Sometimes you go plant ugu, before you say that, grasshopper don come, chop the thing, chop everything. You go discourage yourself. You go plant pepper. By the time you collect the leaf, turn the back of the leaf, you will see white substances. Have you noticed so? Yes. You experience these things. Sometimes this tomato wey you dey see, you go plant tomato. By the time you come, the tomato will grow. Small time, you go dey wilt. You go dey wonder why the seed dey die. You no go just dey fall, but the leaves go just dey, the wheels dey brown, some dey yellow, as the case may be. So what do you do when you have all these things? I want to push you to tomorrow class so that I will explain it properly in a way and show you the practical things that you can do. However, this is a general knowledge of what you should do when you notice insect attack or diseases on your farm. Right? Organic solution. We're not in lecture ground. Organic solution. How many of you know dogoyaro leaf? Dogoyaro, you know dogoyaro? Yeah. Almost everybody now. Because most times, those days, my grandma used to give me with one grass like that for malaria and body upkeep. I mean, in the work, I mean, in the work. Very good. Now, this thing is important in farming. When we notice this, I made researches about this. I did personally myself, and the work is published online in International Journal of Forestry and Fish, International Journal of Agriculture. That's where you can find that work. I did it in 2021 by the grace of God. And we'll find out that dogoyaro leaf is an alternative, a better option for all these pesticides, chemical pesticides that we have today. What do I mean and how do you do it? Get neem leaf. 2 options. You can squeeze the leaf if you don't have time, boil it. You are boiling it together with ginger. I've mentioned dogoyaro, which is neem leaf. You boil it together with ginger. Your ginger, you grate it or chop it, or you pound it and put it in the cooking pot. Okay? Now, the next thing you need to get is garlic. Garlic has the power to repel. The next thing you get for me is hot pepper. Maybe habanero from the market. I just buy habanero from the market. What is the reason why we are putting these hot things? These insects, once they perceive something hot, they run. The essence of this is not to kill that insect. Your essence, your major reason is to scare them away. Okay? Don't come close to my plant. Once you spray it on your plant, they will not come here. Now, I've mentioned dogoyaro. Get some. I've mentioned ginger. Get some. I've mentioned garlic. Get some. I've also mentioned habanero pepper. But that one, people will say, the thing is not too much. You can leave habanero. Ginger will do the work of habanero in hotness, in pungent. Now, ginger, garlic, dogoyaro. Then, there's another thing that you don't need to miss. You see that thing? You see, how many of you know palm bunch? Normal banga, and they cut am from up. When you don't come on the banga finish, that stick wey dey dey there, burn it. Put your zinc. Are you getting me? This is expo. Burn it and take the ash. Take the ash, keep it aside. Then boil the dogoyaro, ginger, and the garlic for about 15 minutes. Allow you to cool down. Put it in your spraying can, your knapsack, or anything. Take that ash, soak it for water, then seal it into that thing. Spray it. If you ever have any pests in your farm again, then you know that I'm not standing here to say it. Now, this is a solution. This is more of preventive than curative. You don't need to allow your crops to get to the back stage before you now start using it. So another one say, good, but the thing is not working. I say, when did you apply it? So once you start your plants like this, you start spraying it. They will start scaring those things. You will never see one. You are free to spray it on your logo. Ginger, you consume it. Is that also? Garlic, you consume it. Dogoyaro, you consume it. So these things will help the plants to scare off all of those things. So this is an organic solution for those that are growing cabbage or all those vegetables where we know they cook for fire before we chop. Even the ones where we cook for fire before we chop. So this is an organic solution for it, and that is on pest and disease management. Tomorrow we will talk about more. Lastly, on vegetable production is the nutrients that you give to your plants. Take note of this. If it's tomato, 2 weeks into your production, you give it nitrogen source, that is urea, that white one. Do you know that application of these fertilizers on time does not have any effect on the plants? Do you know when it has effect on the plants? When it starts flowering or fruiting. You should never apply any fertilizer when your plants are fruiting. That is when those residues, those chemicals, because the plants receive their own, they take up their nutrients from whatever you give them in the soil. They take it up, abi? Yes. They take it up, and when they take it up, they move it to the leaves and the fruit. They move it to where? The leaves and the fruit. And when it is flowering, the major concentration of the plant is to produce better fruit. So all those chemicals go to the fruit instead of the leaves. So that is why you need to be careful of how you spray or how you apply those fertilizers. So 2 weeks into your transplanting, you just apply urea. It will boost the vegetative growth. Everywhere will shine green. Once it brings hand to 3rd week for cucumbers, you now give it what we call NPK, 15, 15, 15. The same thing applies to tomato, the same thing applies to cabbage, the same thing applies to peppers. You give it because at that time, it has started setting into fruit, as the case may be. So this is the thing that you will do. Then, don't forget, what I have here is calcium nitrate. This is the reason why most tomatoes you see one black thing, they dey for the bottom. I don't know whether I experience that. One black thing is lack of calcium that is causing that. So how do you get calcium? From today, if you eat egg in your house, that egg, they put them inside nylon. Whenever you plant your plants, just crush the egg and sprinkle it there. It's a source of calcium. If you don't get money to buy calcium nitrates. You dey sing? You dey sing? Is it going in? Okay. Lastly, I've been giving sign already. Lastly on this, you need to ensure that you have foliar spray. There are organic sprays that you can do. You can get to spray on your plants. Your poultry manure is natural. You can soak it in water. That's what we call organic tea for plants. If you get poultry manure, get your big bowl, fill it with water, take that one back, put that inside, allow it there, put pawpaw leaves inside, leave it for 2 weeks. After that 2 weeks, sweep the water. That water can serve as nutrient till that plant grow from transplanting till you harvest it. I think I'm done with this particular aspect.
Please, a round of applause. If you have enjoyed this topic, put your hands together. I call him Professor Goodluck Edozie. Please put your hands together for him, please. Continue putting your hands together for him. We call him the agricultural doctor. He is an expert on excellence. He talks with experience, with over a decade of what he's saying without even our PhD or guy here, sir. Our minister is not easy. Please put your hands together now. Small land, big money, planting your way to freedom. If I